A retaining wall with a smooth vertical back is 10-meter high and retains a two-layer sand backfill with the following properties. 0 to 5-meter depth, soil is cohesionless, angle of internal friction is 30 degree, unit weight of the soil is 18 kilonewton per cubic meter. Below 5 meter means 5 to 10 meter depth, soil is again cohesionless, angle of internal friction is 34 degree and unit weight of the soil is 20 kilonewton per cubic meter. Determine the total active thrust on the wall, assuming that the water table is well below the base of the wall. Here data which is given is height of the wall, which is 10 meter, and there are two layers of sand which are there or retained by the soil. First layer is 5 meter thick and second layer is below that, which is also 5 meter. These two layers are cohesionless soils. Their effective angle of internal friction, those values are given and their unit weights are mentioned. Here we want to find out total active thrust on the wall. So total active pressure we want to find out on the wall where the water table is well below the base of the wall. That means we should not consider water table at any depth during our calculation. At the same time, although it is not mentioned in this question, we have to locate the point of application of total active thrust on the wall. Okay, so let us begin with the solution. The first step is to draw retaining wall and show the backfill with their properties. Let us draw the retaining wall. Thus, this is the retaining wall. Total height is 10 meter. So 5 plus 5, 10 meter. This is the level of the backfill. It is the horizontal. As the angle of surcharge is not mentioned, assume the backfill as horizontal surface. There are two types of soil. Soil type 1 is from 0 to 5 meter and soil type 2 is from 5 to 10 meter. Here we have shown their properties. Our next job is to find out the coefficients of active earth pressure for soil type 1 and soil type 2. Let us find out the coefficients of active earth pressure. Thus, coefficients of active earth pressure for soil type 1 and soil type 2 will be calculating. Let us see for soil type 1, that is the top soil, Ka1 would be calculated as 1 minus sine phi dash 1 divided by 1 plus sine phi dash 1. Here we will be considering phi 1 as 30 degree. So substitute 30 degree in the numerator as well as denominator and get the value of Ka1. After substituting the value for phi 1 as 30 degree in the numerator and denominator, we have got Ka1 as 0.333. Similarly, calculate coefficient of active earth pressure for soil type 2. Thus, for soil type 2, the lower portion of the soil, Ka2 is equal to 1 minus sine phi dash 2 divided by 1 plus sine phi dash 2. Substituting phi value as 34 degree, we have got Ka2 is equal to 0.283. Now the next step is to find out the active earth pressure at various levels. Let us begin with the pressure calculation. Active earth pressure at Z equal to 0. Z equal to 0 means at the ground surface. So we want to find out earth pressure, active earth pressure at a Z equal to 0. So this will be Z equal to 0 means ground surface. Here the pressure is going to be 0. Let us see how. The formula for the calculation of active earth pressure is Pa equals to Ka1 gamma 1 Z1. Here Z1 means Z equal to 0. For simplicity, we will call this as Z equal to 0 means Z1 equal to 0. Alright, so this is going to be 0. So at the ground surface, active earth pressure will be 0. Thereafter, we will be calculating earth pressure at Z equal to Z2 equal to 5 meter. That means at 5 meter depth we are calculating the pressure. So PA is equal to, again formula will remain same, hence value of Ka1 is 0.333 because this belongs to top layer of the soil, hence we are using coefficient of active earth pressure corresponding to the top soil. So 0.333 multiplied by unit weight of the top soil, which is 18 kilonewton per cubic meter, multiplied by Z1. In this case, instead of Z1, it will be Z2, that is 5 meter. So 5. Hence, after calculation, PA comes out to be 30 kilonewton per meter square. Let us try to show these values in the form of diagram. Thus, at Z equal to 0, at this level, the active earth pressure is 0, and Z equal to 5 meter, the active earth pressure is 30 kilonewton per meter square. So let us show 30 kilonewton per meter square somewhere here, and we will join these 2 points. So this is going to be the triangular distribution of the pressure, and this value will be 30 kilonewton per meter square. Okay, now we will be calculating the effect of this second angle of internal friction on the pressure at this interface. Here there is change in the type of soil. Therefore, there will be change in the pressure due to the change in angle of internal friction at this interface. Let us try to calculate that change. Now, at Z equal to Z2, that is 5 meter, but for soil type 2, because this is the depth at which the soil type is changing, we want to find out active earth pressure. So PA equals to Ka2 multiplied by unit weight of the soil, but this is for type 1, and this is Z2, which is 5 meter. Ka2 means coefficient of earth pressure for soil type 2. Okay, so we have considered unit weight of soil type 1, but we want to see the effect of second type of soil on the pressure, hence we have considered this coefficient as Ka2. Alright, so it is written as 0.283 multiplied by unit weight of first type of soil, which is 18, multiplied by Z2, that is 5 meter. So after calculation, we will get this value as 25.47 kilonewton per meter square. This means what? This means at this interface, this value is 30, and due to the change in the type of soil, this pressure will reduce to 25.47. So here, this point will indicate pressure 25.47. Alright, now we will find out the pressure at Z equal to 10 meter, that is at the bottom of the wall. Let us find it out. Thus, at Z equal to Z3, that is 10 meter level at the bottom of the wall, the formula for active earth pressure will be PA equals to Ka2 multiplied by gamma 1 multiplied by Z2 plus Ka2 multiplied by gamma 2 multiplied by Z. Now here we will try to understand how this first term is written. See, here this is 25.47 pressure which will be acting at the interface. Same pressure would go down as the constant value. Alright, so what is the value at the bottom for this kind of pressure? It will be same 25.47, and this value we have calculated with the help of formula Ka2 gamma 1 Z2. Hence same formula we have written here. Okay, always remember, in such situation where there is change in type of soil, whatever pressure which we calculate here, same pressure would be taken down. Okay, thereafter, due to this second type of soil which is present in the bottom 5 meter, it will exert another pressure in triangular form. So pressure distribution diagram for this would be, for second type would be a triangular one. How it is calculated? It will be calculated on the basis of these properties. Hence, the second term which we have written, it is Ka2 multiplied by gamma 2 multiplied by Z. Now this Z would be how much? That Z is going to be, this Z is going to be Z3 minus Z2, that is 10 minus 5, which is equal to 5 meter. Why only this 5 meter? The reason is very simple. The bottom 5 meter is second type of soil, hence Z should be substituted as 5 meter. So how this has been arrived? This has been arrived by subtracting 5 meter, that is top 5 meter, from the total height of the wall, that is Z3. Okay, so it is 5 meter. Substitute the appropriate values in this equation and solve. That value comes out to be 53.77 kilonewton per meter square. After this, we will be calculating total active pressure. So total active earth pressure. This will be determined as the area of the complete pressure diagram. Okay, for that we have to complete our pressure diagram. Let us complete the pressure diagram. This is the end point where we have left the pressure diagram. From this point, we have to draw another triangular distribution and it will reach the base of the wall. Hence, at the base of the wall here, how much is the total pressure? This total pressure is 53.77. 53.77. So this is our complete pressure diagram. Now it consists of three areas. Area 1, which is triangle, area 2 rectangle, and area 3 triangle. To find out total active earth pressure, we have to add these three areas. Thus, total active earth pressure, capital PA, is equal to area 1 plus area 2 plus area 3. Area 1 is this triangle, so half base into height. Area 2 is this rectangle, so width multiplied by height. And area 3 means area of this triangle, so it is half, this is base, 53.77 minus 25.47 multiplied by height. So area 1 comes out to be 75, area 2 is 127.35 and area 3 is 70.75. Thus, total area or total active pressure comes out to be 273.10 kilonewton per meter run of the wall, means per meter length of the wall. Okay, next job is to locate the point of application of this PA, for which we have to apply our usual concept of moment. Let us apply the moment equation. Locating point of application of capital PA. Let us say this is capital PA and it is acting at the height of distance y. So we will be taking moments of area 1 about the base, moment of area 2 about the base, and moment of area 3 about the base. We will add them and we will equate them to moment produced by this PA, that is total area about the base. Let us calculate. Thus, total area is 273.10, which is nothing but the total active pressure multiplied by distance y is equated to the sum of the moments of all areas. First area is 75 multiplied by the lever arm. Lever arm is 5 plus 5 by 3. About the base we are taking the moment, hence we need to find out the perpendicular distance. CG of this triangle is lying here. This height is going to be h by 3. Total height is 5. So this height is going to be 5 by 3. For this triangle, height is 5 meter. Hence, this distance is going to be 5 by 3 plus the bottom 5 meter. Hence, it is going to be 5 plus 5 by 3. This way, 5 meter plus 5 by 3. Therefore, this is the lever arm. Next area is 127.35 and its lever arm is going to be 2.5 meter, that is half of this height of the rectangle, that is here. Third area is 70.75. This, it is area of this triangle and its CG would be lying at this distance. This height is again h by 3. So this is 5 by 3. Therefore, lever arm for the third area is also same, that is 5 by 3. In this way, we will be calculating the values and y would come out to be 3.43 meter from the base of the wall. Okay, this way we can solve for active thrust pressure for two different types of soils.